The Apple's iPhone is one of the most iconic smartphones in the world. It's one of the most talked about devices in the planet, with a majority of celebrities, YouTubers, streamers, influencers, friends and family probably owns an iPhone as compared to devices like Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo, OnePlus, and many more. So what makes the iPhone such a strong device that people just can't seem to switch away from and enter the world of Android smartphones, despite the iPhone being incredibly expensive, especially the 15 Pro Max? So we're going to be talking about some of the features that make the iPhone such a strong device that Android phones today are having a really hard time catching up to. And we're going to be going from least obvious to most obvious to me. Number one, that's going to be longevity. This has been proven time and time again that the iPhone simply does last longer than Android, and it doesn't just last longer, but it can also keep up its speed, its smoothness and performance even after 2 to 3 years. If you revisit your old Android phones that are about 2 to 3 years old, chances are it's going to be a little bit more jittery and laggy as compared to this guy over here. And because the iPhone is such a reliable device that just lasts really long, and to those boomers who hate upgrading their phone every single year or two, or if you don't have enough money financially to upgrade your phone really often, then the iPhone would be perfect for you because it's gonna last super long. It's gonna stay as smooth and fast as possible even after a super long time. Low key though, in the long term you are saving money, and yeah, this is something that you gotta consider. And number two is going to be social media. This is one of the reasons why I switched to the iPhone, and that's because uploading videos from the iPhone's camera to the social media platforms, the videos are going to be a lot less grainy and blurry, and yeah, it's just really smooth and really sharp and high quality compared to Samsung or other Android devices because it's just not as well optimized. So if you are a really social person and you like to share your life online and you want your audience to have the best user experience consuming your content, then the iPhone is literally the only way to go because in terms of video quality and uploading on social media, it really doesn't get any better than this. And yeah, number three, that's going to be battery life. So battery life is one of those features that not many people talk about because it's not fun or interesting, but oh my god, I've never once worried about the battery life on my iPhone. Like if I had sudden plans to kind of go out with my friends and my phone's at 30%, I'm not worried. Like this thing is gonna last the next 3 to 4 hours even on 30% charge, and that is just like a major stress relief for me. Like when I have this phone, I'm not worried or anxious or anything like that. And if I use my Samsung S21 Ultra at 30%, that's gonna last me 30 minutes. So it is a drastic difference. I've been charging this battery a lot, and the battery health on this thing is only at 99%. So whatever they did to the iPhone's battery, it is incredible. And yeah, you cannot overlook just how strong and how reliable iPhone's battery is. And yeah, that's just another win. Also, as a side note, this thing charges pretty fast too. Even though it's just a 25-watt charging, this thing can go from like 0 to like 30% in like 10-15 minutes. So yeah, charging on this thing is also really fast, and yeah, just a very good experience overall. Okay, number four is going to be software. One thing about Apple is that once you purchase any of their devices, they really make you feel well taken care of. And they do that through their software. The operating system of the iPhone is very well polished, and navigating through this phone feels just as good as day one. And Apple has been known to push out regular updates to fix any kind of issues that's going on with the iPhone. Like I remember at the start of the launch, like this device has been known to overheat really often or really easily, and like all it took was a software update within a week and it literally got fixed. The other thing I really like about Apple software is that they really make you feel like you are in control of your own device. And with the iPhone, I know you know this, you have something to look forward to every single year with the yearly iOS updates in terms of WWDC. This is where Apple does a live stream every single year to kind of show you the new features that they're adding to the iPhone to make it a little more fun to use. So because of all these things, I don't think any other phone brands out there would put this much attention in detail when it comes to software and just the overall user experience. That's probably because other phone brands don't have enough capital and enough cash flow to kind of do the things that Apple are doing, with their with basically everything. And number five, this is the main reason why I got the iPhone, and that is because video on the iPhone is still king. Year after year, none of these Android phones out there would be able to outcompete the iPhone in terms of video quality, and that is still true till this day. So having this phone as a secondary camera when I want to take POV shots or just record something really quick to add to my videos or stories, I can always rely on the iPhone to produce super high quality videos, and half the time if you're not looking for it, you might not even be able to kind of tell the difference between the iPhone and my Sony camera. You probably would though, but just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say it, you can't compare. There's just one thing that I have to say though, that this is something that no one talks about for some reason, is that when you record videos on the iPhone and you want to edit them and put it on YouTube and things like that, you cannot edit those videos on a different editing software. You do need Final Cut Pro. If you do somehow manage to get your footage from the iPhone to your computer and you put it through your editing software system, the video is going to turn out super blurry and just weird. I don't know why it looks like that, but that's just been my experience so far. So, you know, if you are buying an iPhone for its video quality and you want to edit videos for YouTube and things like that, you need to get a MacBook or Final Cut Pro, or else the video is going to look like shit. And yeah, that's just something you got to keep in mind. No one else talks about this, so I don't know if it's just a me thing or not. So yeah, that's just something you have to like keep in mind. Number 6, this is going to be a super big one, and that is going to be the Apple ecosystem. Once you get an iPhone, it would really benefit you to be part of the Apple ecosystem. If you get an iPad or a MacBook, that's because they integrate so seamlessly with one another. Like, there was this one time someone's calling me on Discord on my MacBook, and I answered the call and I kind of turned on my video, and I was really surprised to see that the video coming out of the MacBook is coming from my iPhone's rear camera. Like, it is using the iPhone's rear camera as the webcam instead of the MacBook's video, and I didn't even do anything to kind of get that feature. Like, it just sort of happened automatically. So because of that, I kind of realized that being in the Apple ecosystem does have a ton of benefits that you just simply cannot get with other like Android phones or Windows laptop and things like that. And besides the integration, there are a bunch of extra features that you get from being in the Apple ecosystem that are very convenient and useful. Features like AirDrop and being able to use my iPad as a secondary display for my MacBook. And there's probably like a bunch of other features that I didn't really explore to its fullest potential. You know, all these features, like, they are not gimmicks. Like, they are legit features that people actually do use on their day-to-day life. And yeah, that's also another reason why being the Apple ecosystem is really freaking good. And also, if you get an iPhone with a iPad 10th generation and a MacBook Air, all in their base models at the cheapest possible price, honestly, I think you would be very happy with your purchase, because the past few years, like, Apple has been making very good products overall in general. So, you know, just because Apple is being perceived more as a luxury or a high brand to certain people, you shouldn't discount the fact that the products that Apple are pushing out these past few years have been very solid. They're super reliable, they're strong, they're fast, very well thought out and polished, and they just feel very solid. I mean, that's what I think. I might be wrong. I might just be biased because I do own a bunch of Apple products. But yeah. And finally, the most obvious reason why people have been buying iPhones year after year is because owning an iPhone is really freaking cool. There's just so much hype around these products. When it releases, people be queuing up overnight at the Apple store to get their brand new iPhones. And because all of these super rich and famous people around the world probably does own an iPhone, from people like Mr. Zucks, Mr. Elon Musk, you know, we got iShowSpeed, Logan Paul, literally every famous people that you know probably does own an iPhone. And the thought about being able to kind of own the same device as these billionaires and trillionaires, like, I think that's pretty cool. And plus, there is just this extra level of respect that you have for someone who kind of owns an iPhone as compared to other like cheapo Android phones out there. Or maybe that's just me. It's probably just me though. And yeah, that's just some of the reasons why I think the Apple iPhone is such a strong product overall, and why people just can't seem to switch away from Apple, you know. Although I must say, the next smartphone that I am upgrading to would not be an iPhone, it's going to be a Samsung flagship device. That is purely because Samsung does make the best displays on any smartphone, and there is no competing that. Like, Samsung is the king in terms of display, and for some reason, taking mirror selfies on Samsung devices does look better than iPhone to me. And plus, I already do own an iPhone 15, like, I don't really need the next iPhone 16. So yeah, that's all I have for you for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know in the comments down below if you agree with me or disagree with me, or if you think I'm talking complete trash. And if you want to watch me unbox the iPhone 15 Pro Max, check out this video over here. Or if you want to see my full review on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, check out this video over here or this video over here. It's one of these two sections. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.
Upgrade my phone to the newest model, please.